And a little bit about wireless transmission system also we should know, right? I mean unguided medium, something about some information about unguided media. You should know what are the techniques used, what are the frequency ranges are used in wireless transmission system. Little bit I told you last time. So there are 3 frequency ranges are there in wireless transmissions. One I told you, one is microwave frequency range, that is 1 to 40 gigahertz. 40 gigahertz, and in this case highly directional beams are there, and this is useful for point-to-point links. Point-to-point links, this is generally used, the microwave frequencies, right? And second one is the broadcast radio range, that is 30 megahertz to 1 gigahertz. 30 megahertz to 1 gigahertz, right? And that is, in that case, omnidirectional omnidirectional beam you can have it. I mean, it is omnidirectional applications are there, this frequency range, right? This is we'll see it. I told you some examples, say FM radio, AM radio, those things are in this range. BBC, etc., those are in this frequency range, right? And another range is there, that is infrared range. Infrared range, that is 3 into terahertz regions, 3 into 10 to the power 11 to 2 into 10 to the power 14 hertz, right? That is the infrared range. In this case also it is point-to-point link. Of course, it can be used for multi-point application also, but line of sight should be maintained. And in this case, high security can have it because it is confined in rooms, in the single rooms. Well, I'll just tell you the transmission characteristics of each frequency range. And in unguided transmissions, one thing I told you initially here, in guided media, I told you several times, medium itself is most important to determine the transmission characteristics. But in this case, antenna is used, and antenna, the bandwidth of the signal that is transmitted by the antenna, that is most important, right? So antenna plays a vital role in this case. An antenna actually nothing but electrical conductor that is that can receive, that can radiate electromagnetic energy, and also that can receive also the electromagnetic energy. So it's a converter, you can say, right? And antenna characteristics generally it's determined by this, the antenna gain, some other parameters are there, and you see antenna, it radiates power in all directions, but does not perform well equally in all directions, right? That depends on the antenna types, right? And antenna gain is most important, that you'll read it in details in higher semesters. Just a little bit you should know about here also. Antenna gain, it is actually measure of directionality of antenna, that is actually the power output in a particular directions compared to that produced by any directions by a omnidirectional antenna, that is isotropic antenna. Once again, what I'm saying, it's a it is defined, actually it is a measure of directionality. Antenna gain, actually it's a measure of directionality. Right? And it is actually the power output in a particular directions compared to that produced in any direction by an isotropic antenna, right? And it is actually expressed, the relation, the gain, it is depends on this factor 4 pi AE by lambda square, right? In terms of frequency, also you can write it 4 pi f square c equal to nu lambda, that is the f lambda. So f square by lambda square times AE. A is effective area, right? So that is the antenna, one of the antenna parameter. Antenna gain. Some other parameters are that we learn in higher semesters, right? Now, you see, first, if you consider the transmission characteristics of terrestrial microwave also, it can be terrestrial microwave, it can be satellite microwaves. So, if you see terrestrial microwaves, here, the antenna size is generally of the order of 3 meter in diameters. Right, and it is mounted at a substantial height from the ground levels. And to cover long distance, generally, just like repeat, relay towers are there, right, to cover the long distance. And it is mostly used for the television transmission, voice and television transmissions. So that is the terrestrial microwaves, right. But also it can be used for LAN also, and the most important the cellular systems, mobile, etc. In this case, this frequency range is used, terrestrial microwaves. It is the range actually it is 1 to 40 gigahertz. Right. And in this case, another point is important for terrestrial microwaves. It is the loss. In this case, loss varies at the square of the distance. L, if you see L, that is 10 log 4 pi d by lambda square in dB, right? It's in dB. So it is actually, if you see, it varies the distance. You see, it is square of the distance. Square of the distance it is involved. In other cases, in coaxial cable twisted pair, etc., in that case, loss varies exponentially with distance. Right. And so that is the most important point. Loss and accordingly repeater spacings would be there based on this loss. And antenna actually, attenuation here, more attenuation will be there in this case if you increase the frequency. That's why these are high frequency microwaves generally not useful, right, for long distance transmission systems. Right. So these are the transmission characteristics for terrestrial microwave. So antenna height, antenna is mounted substantial height to cover the long distance. If you want to increase the distance, then many microwave towers will be there. Just like they will act as repeaters. Right. But if you compare the coaxial cables and twisted pairs, less number of repeaters will be required in this case. Right. And another is microwave, that is the satellite microwave. In this case, you see satellite generally say relay stations, microwave relay station satellite. Two links are there. In this case, one is uplink, and that is downlink. Uplink and downlink. Two different frequency band is used for uplink and downlinks. Right. And in this case, it can be point to point, or it can be generally it is also used for. It can be used also for broadcast links. Means suppose the satellite is here. The satellite is here. You can have stations. These ones point to point links. This is say transmitter receiver. Also, it can be used for broadcastings. One will be transmitters. there can be many receivers, like these things. There can be many receivers. This can be transmitter, there can be many receivers. So number of ground-based receivers can be there in this case for broadcasting range. Right. And another point in satellite microwave is it must be stationary. Otherwise, it will not be within the line of sight. Right. So to make the satellite stationary, you see the period of rotations must be equal to the Earth's period of rotations. That is most important. The communication satellite must be remained stationary with respect to its position over the Earth. Right. Otherwise, it will not be within the line of sight. Right. So to maintain the line of sight, the period of the satellite's period of rotations must be equal to the Earth's period of rotations. So that will occur at a certain height above Earth, that is at the equator, you can say, that is 35,863 kilometers, right, at the equators. So at this height, you see, it can be, if it is placed at this height, then the period of rotation of the satellite will be equal to the period of rotation of the Earth. And what are the applications? The satellite is to television distributions, long distance telephone transmissions, long distance telephone transmissions, the private business networks, etc., etc. So in all those cases, the satellite microwave can be used. Another range is here for this microwave, terrestrial microwaves, and the DBS. Satellite microwaves. It is DBS, direct broadcast satellite. In that case, satellite video signals are transmitted directly to the home users in this case. So that will decrease the cost and size of the receiving antenna. So DBS, direct broadcast satellite, DBS, this one, direct broadcast satellite. Another system is there, VSAT, etc., etc. Those things are there. These are things that there, different frequency bands are used for uplink and downlink. The frequency should be different, otherwise interference will be there. So to avoid interference, uplink frequency, ground station to the satellite and satellite to ground stations, the frequencies will be different. So uplink frequency, downlink frequency are different, and different frequency bands are there. Like say, earlier it is 4/6 gigahertz it is used, right? 6 gigahertz from Earth to satellite, and 4 point something, around 3.7 to 4.2 gigahertz from satellite to Earth. That is 1 gigahertz. That is one frequency band. Another is nowadays, since you see bandwidth requirement is more, so nowadays it is 12 by 14 or 20 by 30. These frequency bands are being used. So they are the uplink frequency, downlink frequency. But one drawback is this satellite communication is this here. The delay is there. Propagation delay of the order of quarter a second, right, from Earth station to another Earth stations. That's why you can see if it is communicated through satellite microwaves, then you see sometimes you have the experience, leaves are moving fast, but sound is not coming. Like these things, leaves and sound will not be matching. So television conversions, that will be noticeable because of this delay. Next, you see the broadcast radio. In broadcast radio, I told you the omnidirectional beams are there. broadcast radio. This frequency range is 30 megahertz to generally 3 kilohertz to you can say 3 to 3 kilowatt to 1 megahertz. I mean, here it is, you can say 30 megahertz to 1 gigahertz. Also, lower frequencies also there. I mean, generally it is 3 kilohertz. You can say 3 kilohertz to there are two frequencies, 3 kilohertz to 300 megahertz, and also 30 megahertz to 1 gigahertz. So the broadcast range. And here actually you see FM radio, USF, ultra high frequency, VHF, etc., etc. These frequency ranges are involved. Right. And if you see the transmission characteristics, you see this frequency range generally in this case the ionosphere actually it is transparent to this frequency, so the distant transmitters will not interfere here with each other due to reflections. Right. So you see in this case this frequency range ionosphere is transparent, so there will be no interference here. Right. So and also radio waves are these radio waves are less sensitive to attenuation due to rainfall. The terrestrial microwave is very sensitive to rainfalls, but here it is less sensitive to rainfalls. But here one problem is here, that is the multipath interference. Multipath interference. This problem would be there. I mean, there can be reflection from land, water, or human-made objects, etc., and that can create multiple paths between antennas. Multiple paths will be there. So multiple images can be there. Say for TV screen, multiple images can be created. Say if the aeroplane is passing nearby. So that is the broadcast radio. So it is in this case omnidirectional beams are there, and it does not require any. There is no. I mean, antenna mounting is not critical in this case, right? Yeah, in case of broadcast radio. Another frequency range is there. I told you that is infrared. Communications. Infrared communications. In this case, transceivers are there. Transceivers. Transmitter, receiver. Transceiver are there. In that case, yet infrared is used. Infrared means you see, if you see the whole electromagnetic wave spectrums, say microwave gigahertz, microwave megahertz, next millimeter wave gigahertz, next infrared actually, next infrared, next optical regions, next gamma ray, X-ray, etc. Those things are there. So at the infrared, it is in between optical range and the millimeter waves, gigahertz and the visible regions, in between these things, in between millimeter wave and optical regions, that is infrared regions. So in this case, line of sight also should be maintained, just like microwaves, terrestrial microwaves. Right. And here you see high security can be obtained in this case because it cannot penetrate the walls. So the you see the problems, the interference problem, etc., that are encountered in case of microwave, those will be absent in this case. Infrared communication systems. Well, so these are the transmission characteristics of different communication systems. And quickly, I'm just saying their propagations. If you see the wireless propagation, three kinds of propagations are there. One is ground wave propagations, ground wave propagations. Next is skywave propagations, and third one is line of sight propagations. line of sight. In ground mount propagations, you see it is generally 2 megahertz. If the frequency range is around 2 megahertz, then you see it follows the contour of the earth, right? And it can penetrate over a longer distance, a considerable distance, right? So it follows in this case, it follows the contour of the earth. So if it is say these ones, right, and if antenna is there somewhere here, then it follows this one in this way. So it is that transmitting antenna, and if this is the receiving antenna, you see, and this is the earth contour, then it follows this earth's contour, right? So that is the frequency range when it is around 2 megahertz, right? Example is AM radio. The example of this ground wave propagations. Another is these things, sky wave propagations. That times you see hops are involved. Number of hops from transmitting antenna to receiving antenna. The propagation is through a number of. I mean, there will be reflection from the ionosphere. So if you see, this is the Earth's surface, and if this is the ionosphere, right, then you see if some antenna is here, then you see it will be bouncing back and forth. So through number of hops, you see it will be received by the receiving antenna. This is the transmitting antenna, this is the receiving antenna. So in this case, examples are that the BBC, Voice of America, the frequency range it is 3 to 30 megahertz range, in this range. Right. So this is the sky propagation, and another is the line of sight propagations. In that case, the frequency range it is around, I mean, greater than, when the frequency is greater than 30 megahertz, that times neither ground wave nor sky wave modes will be valid. That times you have to, the communication will be through line of sight. So in this case, the antenna and the transmitting and the receiving antenna, they must be within the line of sight. Right. So infrared also, the infrared communications and above 30 megahertz, the microwaves, their communication will be through line of sight. Right. These are the some of the points you must keep in mind. Details you will see it in when you see the antenna propagations, and high semester several papers will be there. But just for the time being, because you will see sometimes there will be wired communication, there can be wireless communications. So to some extent, you should know the transmission characteristics of the different media. So what we have learned so far, we have seen this guided media, two-state pair, coaxial cables, optical fibers. In two-state pair, twisting length, length is most important to determine the data rate, and that can be UTP cable, HTTP cables. Those things are there. And in case of coaxial cables, you see we have seen this. There will be hollow cylinder surrounded by inner conducting hollow conductor is there, surrounded, and there will be inner conductor where will be there, and in between there can be dielectric materials or some ring structure will be there. The coaxial cables, that is very useful for television distributions. And in case of optical fiber, the signal that is probably is not the optical signal. It is not the electrical signal. It is the optical signals, and so the material is made of the glass or the dielectric materials. I mean dielectric materials, not the conductors. And so there will be 3 layers are there: core, clad, and jacket. That is the optical fiber, and that times you can have huge information capacity because carrier frequency of the terahertz. And wireless communication, there are the 3 frequency ranges are there. Just we have seen the microwave broadcast radio range, microwave range, radio frequency range, and infrared frequency range. The 3 ranges are there, and there will be three kinds of propagations depending on the frequency: ground wave propagations, sky propagations, and the line of sight. So these are all about these the transmission media. Next we'll see the data encoding techniques. But I think today time is over. So today this much. If you have any questions, quickly you can ask 1 or 2 questions. Quickly you can ask any questions. But if you have any questions, you can ask. Anyone? If you have any questions. पता नहीं डिलीट हो गया क्या? हेलो हेलो हेलो, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
तो लोग सब सो गया क्या? शशांक सो गया क्या तुम लोग? शाश्वत unmute
Yes, sir.
yourself.
Present, sir.
नहीं सर.
I'm not taking your attendance. I'm asking if you have any question you can ask. तो सुन नहीं रहे हो लगता है. हम जो बोल रहे कुछ सुन रहे हो? सुने हो? शाश्वत?
Yes, sir.
क्या बोलो तो क्या लास्ट में आज क्या क्या डिस्कस किए? शाश्वत बोलो क्या क्या डिस्कस किए? That means you are not listening. ठीक है, next time we'll see it.